Welcome back to Andy's Guides. In today's video, we are going to show you how to export project here in Asana. Let's begin. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to log in using your credentials. If this is your first time in Asana, I need you to click the sign up option. And from here, just follow the on-screen instructions and you're good to go. Exporting a project in Asana is a straightforward process that would allow you to download project data for use outside of Asana, okay, such as reporting, analysis, or backup process. Because as we all know, having a backup of your project data ensures that you have a copy outside Asana, and I believe it is pretty much useful for archiving completed projects, maintaining records for compliance, or maybe protecting against accidental data loss. Now, once you are here on the homepage of Asana, I need you to work to the projects that you are working. In my case, that's going to be how to export project in Asana. I'm going to click on it. And for example, I wanted to have a backup copy of this specific project. Because if you are transitioning from Asana to another project management tool, exporting your project data can facilitate the migration process. You can use the exported data to set up your projects in the new tool. And for you to be able to do that, it's very easy because all you're going to do is hover to the project name. There's going to be a drop-down menu on the project actions. Click on that and there's going to be an option to export. Okay? Now, let me tell you that here you have multiple options. You can export through the Google Calendar. Okay? So, let me try to check all of the options. When I click on the Google Calendar right here, you can sync tasks with due dates to calendar. And all they're going to do is go to the Google Calendar in the bottom left, find other calendars, and select from URL and the menu above. So we are going to copy this link and switch over to the Google Calendar to see how we can export that using your Google Calendar, all right? Once the link has been copied to clipboard, I'm going to switch over to Google Calendar. Now, once you are on the Google Calendar, it says switch to the left side panel of your dashboard and check the other calendars. There's going to be a plus button and there's going to be a drop-down menu. You see, if you click on the other calendars, all you're going to do is click the from URL. And from here, simply click on that and make the calendar publicly accessible so you can add a calendar using the iCal format by its address. All you're gonna do is click on the blue button here and you would be able to add this calendar here this link from the Google Calendar. Once it's added, just click on the bucket. You see, calendar created fetching events in the background. So let's try to see if that works to it, right? Let's see if that was added. There you go. The link has been added here without any problems. Now, the next option that we're going to explore is using the iCal, Outlook, or other calendar. Click on the link above will open your default calendar application. So, of course, I'm gonna click on that. Let's see, because we will be... Now, when you go to iCalendar.org, this is gonna be the format that you're going to use. Okay? If you want it, you can simply click on the Start Now option. You can install and scan for free. And this is going to be the file for a single event, which is we have copied from the Asana platform earlier. Okay? And then the next option is, there's going to be an option here that says Sync to Google Sheets. Let me do that right now. Okay? All I'm going to do is create a Google Sheet. Copy the paste and link provided above into the sync with Asana input of the Asana exports. All right. We have a separate video on how to integrate Asana to Google Sheets, so we're not going to deal with that. But for now, let's skip that. Basically, all I'm going to do is go to Google Sheets. Right. Let me copy that. Now, the idea is the exported file, if you have integrated successfully here in Google Sheets, would look something similar. But we're not going to show you that because the whole process is from a different tutorial. So you might want to check that out on the channel. And then the next option that they are going to explore is using the CSV. All right. If you're not familiar, click on that and you would be forwarded here on the save it to your file. and you might want to open that later. Now, basically, here's the imported CSV file here in Asana. And of course, you can also open this CSV on your G Drive if you wanted. Save it to your local file directory. You can open it to a different CSV file online editor if you wanted, if you're not happy with the Microsoft Excel. All right. Now, let's check on the other files. And that's going to be using other files such as CSV, JSON, and print, obviously. Okay. When you go to the printing process, there's a lot that you can work with here. You can save as PDF. All right. You can print to PDF if you wanted. If you see more here, you can save as PDF, send to OneNote 2010, OneNote for Windows 10, OneNote Desktop, XPS Document Writer, Microsoft Print to PDF, and there's a lot more. You can also click on the Manage button here. If you do that, you would be able to check with your printers and scanners, all right? If you're using the fax, Microsoft Print to PDF, and all of these options. You can also let Windows manage your default printer or even download over metered connections, all right? So there's a lot that you can work with. Now, in the more settings here, of course, that's going to be for the paper size. It could be letter, pages per sheet, margins, and a lot more, all right? See, there's going to be a different section on landscape and portrait. You can also choose the all pages or maybe odd pages only, even pages and custom. So I'm not going to print this. It's going to be a waste of time, right? A waste of materials. But the thing is, that's the idea. So you have multiple options to export for print, for Google Sheets, calendar, and a lot more. Now, if you wanted to have more control over the automation, I highly suggest that you use a service from Zapier. So Asana has multiple endless possibilities for integrations. All right, you connect Asana to 6,000 plus apps. Of course, we have tackled Google Sheets. We have the Typeform, Google Forms, Evernote, and Webhooks by Zapier. All they're gonna do is click this orange button. So you would have all these endless possibilities. It's all up to you. Obviously, the first is Asana. That's gonna be an event. For example, I'm gonna be choosing an event here. It triggers when attachment is added to a task. Now on the plus button, you can add steps. You can of course export the specific project to Google Calendar, Google Contacts, Google Docs, Google Drive, Gmail. The possibilities are endless. You can choose that. So basically, I'm not gonna deal with all of these because if you click on the browse all, there's a lot that we can work here. All right, but the idea is you can use Zapier to have advanced automation control over how you wanted to export your project here in Asana. All right. Now, I find it when working with clients, exporting project data can provide a clear, concise summary of progress, milestones, and of course, deliverables, making it easier to communicate project status and outcomes. And of course, by exporting data, teams can assess workload distribution, identify bottlenecks, and plan resource allocation more effectively, ensuring projects stay on track. And of course, for organizations that needs to maintain records for regulatory compliance or internal auditing, exporting Asana projects can ensure that all relevant data can be reviewed and archived as necessary. We have done this multiple paths, especially if the project that I'm involved with has been completed. We normally export the data for analysis so that teams can help review what went well and what could be improved. And of course, this information is valuable for post-project reviews and future project planning. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in the next video.